I have had a hell of a year, ladies and gentlemen. I have had an interesting time over the last 12 months. I've been sectioned again under the Mental Fucking Health Act for really just defending myself against my abusive father and his drunken attack on me when I showed up at his house trying to just get somewhere to stay for a few days. And yeah, I hate being in hospital, obviously. Yeah, I hate this part of my life, and yeah, there's all sorts of things about my life that I hate. There's all sorts of things about my life that I love. I don't know. I don't regret sharing all this online, though. I don't think. I don't regret making these videos. I think that it's important to show one's life, warts and all, and in a genuine sense, and to show who I really am on camera. And I know that from social media and so on, the people watching these videos could be all sorts of people who I really know. I mean, it could be people I know from real life, obviously. It could be people I've never met before in real life and people I've only encountered online. It could be, you know, antagonistic forces from my past. It could be benevolent forces from my real life environment, you know, kind, lovely people and sweethearts who I've met in my time. And the lovely people, it could be the horrible people as well, who wish to harm me or who have wished to harm me in the past. It could be a variety of people watching these videos. So it's not really intended for anyone in particular, it's just intended to be a sort of record of my life, I guess, pumped out into the infosphere for whoever wants to watch it. And yeah, that's why I do these things, these little videos. Or not often little videos, but long videos. Yeah, I do a lot of things, as I'm sure you're aware, if you know that much about me. I write, I'm a stand-up comic. I've been trying to solve quantum gravity for several years. I worked on dairy farms, I paint, I poetry, I write poetry. I started businesses, I started a publishing house. I'm a journalist, trying to be a journalist also. I got many different irons in the fire, if you see what I mean. And well, so everything, like doing all this stuff is really what I want to continue doing somehow. As long as it pays money, of course. But I mean, then again, even if it does pay money, I probably will continue doing it. And farming is so far the only thing that's really managed to support my existence in terms of financials. Since doing the rest of these things, I've just had to live on benefits. Since stand-up comedy and writing have not paid any money so far, they've cost me money to do them. The physics ideas, of course, haven't paid me any money. The journalism, well, that counts as writing, of course. Writing is a very broad category, I guess, you know. But it's all about just sort of hoping for the future, isn't it? It's all about, you know, just not wanting to give up on your passions, your dreams, your you know, your vocation, or your chosen vocation, or your desired vocation, and just keep ploughing ahead of things and trying to make something work. Which, I mean, can take decades. It can take really a very, very long time to make anything work like this. And we all, I think, you know, obviously on a level we all do want, well, like fame and riches out of it. I think what we want is, well, the respect of our peers, you know, to be thought well of by people, and to be held in high regard. I think we all want that. I mean, really, what we all want, I think, is love out of life, more than necessarily like the love of many people, if you know what I mean. I think just having a group of friends who you love and get on with, and you know, form an important part of your life. I think that's probably the most important thing, really, rather than having legions of adoring fans or whatever. And in terms of money, I mean, yeah, we all love money. We all need enough money in life. We all need money. We can't just live without money, as I tried to do once when I was homeless on the streets of Amsterdam, living without money entirely, just surviving entirely off the kindness of strangers. And actually, you can survive that way, it turns out. I mean, I survived for actually some weeks without money, weeks without any money. And it turns out the people of the Netherlands are incredibly kind, hospitable, lovely, sweet, and yeah, so willing to support a random British person who was homeless in the winter in Amsterdam and various other Dutch cities, which I did in this sort of bizarre experiments that I sort of repeated and did 2 runs of, and I thought that was enough. And became a refugee in the Netherlands briefly. And yeah, well, because of, well, perceived, well, actual threats, I think, here in this country from within the government, within corrupt, forces from the government and so on. Corrupt officials within it, trying to do me in and whatnot, or have me done away with in one way or another. Unfortunately, and no amount of paliperidone, aripiprazole, or olanzapine, or the other antipsychotics are ever going to change that, I don't think. My belief in what's happened in the past, and I've lived a very fringe existence so far, living very much at the edges of society, not really being in the swim, so to speak, always kind of being an outsider. And I don't really like that. I mean, it's very lonely very often, it's very isolating. But I mean, obviously, in that sort of life, I have nonetheless come across amazing people who I love, and great people, and wonderful types, and loads of people are lovely, and well, most people are great, I think. I think most people are good people. I don't hate the world, I don't hate society. I just hate parts of it. It's like I don't hate the government, I just hate elements of it. Like, we don't hate the government necessarily so much as we hate certain things about it and certain things that they've done. Or, we hate certain politicians or certain political parties. And I don't know, I think compulsively. I'm a deeply compulsive thinker. And I do these videos because I just sort of need to say something very often. I need something, there's something I need to put out there, something that needs to be said. Very often that's how I feel. So, I mean, it's obviously for people to take or leave. And in one way or another, it always is. You know what I mean? It's never, I can never force somebody to believe something. Not with my level of power and authority anyway. I don't run a totalitarian dictatorship. I can't coerce the masses into adopting my opinions and whatnot. I am just ultimately a sort of fringe scientist, writer, stand-up comic type who can try and persuade people, but ultimately doomed to that endeavor. And I don't know, like, I guess like a lot of people might find the videos boring or whatever, but I think perhaps that's a truer mode of expression, maybe, or it reflects more of an attempt to try and isolate the truth, whatever that is, and it reflects more of an attempt to lean into real picture thinking and not zhuzhed up, sexy, dramatic notions that might, include, I don't know, extra dimensions or whatever in space and time, in say the physics arena of things. But I certainly think I talk about things that I find interesting. So I guess it's just a question of finding who else finds what I do interesting, and just hoping that they do. And they do sometimes. They do sometimes. So I'm not, unhappy about having done these videos, I don't think. I think if nothing else, I'm myself in these videos. I am who I really am, and I'm not pretending to be anyone else. And maybe that's true of lots of people out there who are on YouTube. It probably is. Well, I guess it is, you know. But yeah, I hope I've put out there who I really am and what I really think. And maybe that has value. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Love you lots. Bye.